90-Day Fiance made waves when it introduced the franchise's first ever thruple, a bold and controversial storyline that had fans glued to their screens. The trio featured longtime married couple Matt and Amani, who had been together for over 10 years and shared children. Their relationship took a wild turn when they welcomed a third partner, Brenda, better known as Annie, into their lives. Annie, a strip dancer from Mexico and a single mom herself, entered the relationship with charm, fire, and a chaotic energy that made for unforgettable television. At first, it seemed like the perfect modern love story. The three shared laughs, love, and even parental responsibilities, forming a bond that felt genuine, at least on the surface. But just as quickly as the romance bloomed, everything came crashing down. What makes this story even more dramatic is that Amani was the one who initially pushed for a thruple. She wanted to find someone to share love and life with, hoping that a third person could deepen the connection and bring something new to their marriage. Ironically, her vision became her heartbreak. In a shocking turn of events, Matt is now divorcing Amani to marry Annie, the woman they both once welcomed into their relationship. Despite claiming she loved Amani, Annie agreed to go ahead with marrying Matt, leaving Amani abandoned and emotionally devastated. During a candid live session, Amani revealed that her bond with Annie is now completely severed. The thruple is officially over, and Amani is left navigating life alone, while the two people she once loved move forward with their wedding plans. But that's not all. There's a huge twist in this messy saga. Amani is the financial backbone of the entire situation. She's the sole provider, the one keeping everything afloat. She pays the bills, provides for the children, and essentially funds Matt and Annie's lives. Fans have even started calling her the Kris Jenner of the thruple because while she's no longer romantically involved, she's still the manager and financier behind the scenes. Following the season's dramatic tell-all, tensions exploded between Amani and Annie. The two women had a brutal public fallout, trading accusations and sharing private screenshots on social media in an attempt to expose one another. Viewers were stunned by the level of animosity, especially considering they once called each other family. Still, Matt followed through with the divorce, choosing to end his marriage to Amani so he could marry Annie, despite being the one who was hesitant about the thruple idea in the first place. Many fans see this as a betrayal of the highest order. It's now Matt who seems to benefit the most, romantically and financially, even though he had the least emotional investment in the beginning. In her recent livestream, Amani confessed that she still feels deeply hurt. She entered this arrangement hoping to find companionship, someone for her, not just for Matt. But what was meant to be an expansion of love turned into complete emotional devastation. Yet, despite all of this, Amani remains surprisingly graceful. She admitted she still cares about Annie and the children and, for now, plans to continue financially supporting them even after the wedding. But she also made it clear there will be a prenup. Amani isn't naive. She understands that love alone doesn't protect assets. While a prenup will be in place, she's also preparing additional safeguards to protect herself from any future manipulation. She even mentioned that Annie would not be moving in with them in Panama, making it clear there are boundaries. When asked by a fan if Matt and Annie could survive without her support, Amani chuckled and replied, "Probably not." It was a laugh laced with sadness, sarcasm, and a little truth. Amani now finds herself in a strange in-between space, no longer a wife, no longer part of a thruple, but still financially tied to two people who left her behind. She described herself as just a bank account until she finds love for herself. Still, she holds on to a sliver of hope that one day she'll meet someone who chooses her, and not just because she provides. What's next for Amani? For now, Amani continues to process her heartbreak while trying to rediscover her sense of identity. She may have created the thruple, but she never imagined she'd be the one left out of it. Her journey is a complex mix of emotional vulnerability, financial sacrifice, and personal resilience, and it's far from over. As Matt and Annie prepare for their wedding, fans are wondering how long their relationship will last without Amani's support. Will this new couple thrive? Or will the house of cards collapse once the bank account stops writing checks? One thing's for sure, Amani may have lost love, but she hasn't lost her strength.
I'm toning down my lashes because I want to have a more toned down look when I meet his family for the first time. This is a big deal because, I'm changing a piece of myself.
90-Day Fiance. Happily Ever After Season 9 is serving up some serious culture clash and emotional stakes as fan favorite Darcey Silva embarks on a bold new journey, her very first trip to Bulgaria to meet her husband Georgi Rusev's family. But this isn't just a casual vacation, it's a high-stakes visit that could change the trajectory of Darcey and Georgi's relationship forever. Before heading overseas, Darcey decided to reinvent her look, at least temporarily. Known for her over-the-top lashes, long nails, and dramatic style, Darcey made the surprising choice to tone things down in an effort to make a good impression on her in-laws. It's not a full transformation, but rather a strategic make-under. Her goal? Respect Georgi's culture, but without losing herself in the process. I love myself, I honor myself, and I'll only compromise so much, Darcey firmly declared. And that's the energy she's taking to Bulgaria. The reality star recently celebrated a major milestone, her 50th birthday, alongside her twin sister Stacey and husband Georgi. While Darcey felt empowered and confident about turning 50, her husband's reaction was noticeably awkward. Georgi nervously joked about her being halfway to 100, clearly uncomfortable with the reality of her age. That moment of tension spoke volumes, especially when Darcey herself felt proud and unbothered. But there's more going on beneath the surface. Georgi hasn't visited Bulgaria in over 13 years, and he's never introduced any woman to his parents before. That alone created a huge layer of anxiety for both him and Darcey. For Georgi, this trip isn't just about family, it's about reconciling his past with his present. And for Darcey, it's about proving herself in a culture she barely understands. To help prepare, Darcey turned to her friend Roxy for some real talk and wardrobe advice. They went shopping together, focusing on more conservative and modest clothing options that might better fit in with Bulgarian expectations. Roxy encouraged her to shorten her nails, trim her lashes, and tone down the glam, and while Darcey hesitated, she ultimately agreed. Still, it wasn't an easy decision. "This is who I am," Darcey said, clearly grappling with how much of herself she's willing to alter to gain approval. "I hope this is enough of a make-under for Georgi and his family, because if he keeps pushing, I'm not sure what he'll do." There's a fragile line between compromise and losing one's identity, and Darcey seems to know she's walking it. Georgi, for his part, is feeling the pressure too. While he wants Darcey to impress his traditional family, he's also navigating his own nerves. His bold, unapologetic wife is nothing like the women his parents may have envisioned for him. And he knows that introducing someone like Darcey, with her strong personality, flashy style, and American confidence, could either go incredibly well or completely backfire. Darcey herself is filled with emotion as the trip approaches. She admitted in the latest episode that she felt scared, nervous, and anxious. Will his parents embrace her, or will they reject her for being too different? One thing is certain, Darcey Silva is not shrinking herself to win anyone over. While she's open to compromise, she's made it clear that she won't stay in a relationship where she feels disrespected. "I'm not going to open up with a man that doesn't give me the respect I deserve," she said boldly. So now, the big questions remain. Will George's parents accept Darcey? Will Darcey's changes be enough? Or will this trip drive a wedge between her and Georgi that they can't recover from? Only time will tell if this international love story will end in family approval or heartbreak.
In the beginning, Adnan was like, okay with me being Christian and him Muslim, but then lately, I think he really wants me to be Muslim.
90-Day Fiance. Happily Ever After Season 9 is diving headfirst into one of its most emotionally complicated and culturally sensitive storylines yet. And at the center of it is Tigerlily Taylor, a bold, independent American mom who's now facing unexpected religious pressure from her husband, Adnan Abdel Fattah. Tigerlily first appeared on the franchise as a confident, headstrong woman who wasn't afraid to speak her mind. A successful businesswoman and devoted mother of two, she made it clear from the beginning, America is her home, and she's not leaving it behind. Because of her children from a previous relationship, moving abroad wasn't an option. So she brought her partner, Adnan, to the U.S. instead. The two tied the knot and began building a life together, full of dreams, ambition, and a growing family. In the current season, Tigerlily is also expecting a child with Adnan, adding even more layers to their evolving relationship. But as their baby's due date nears, viewers have noticed a significant shift, not just in their dynamic, but in Tigerlily's personality and appearance. So what changed? It turns out, Adnan's expectations began changing post-marriage. Tigerlily revealed that while their relationship seemed easygoing at first,
when Adnan and I got married, the topic of converting never came up, so I was totally blindsided when he bought me the Quran.
things started to get tense once they were officially married. Adnan, who was originally from Jordan, started voicing stronger religious expectations, especially regarding how Taylor should behave, dress, and interact with others. Suddenly, the man who once admired her independence began asking her to tone it down. He told her to wear more modest clothing, cut ties with male friends, and even asked her to switch to a female chiropractor. For Tigerlily, this sudden shift in control and religious enforcement felt shocking and out of sync with the man she married. In one of the most emotional moments of the season, she admitted, "He never asked me to convert, but I feel like he wants me to become a Muslim mother." That moment left fans stunned, especially when she revealed that Adnan had recently given her an English version of the Quran, a gesture she interpreted as a quiet yet firm request for her to consider changing her faith. Tigerlily confessed she hasn't had time to dive into reading the Quran due to the demands of pregnancy and parenting, but she remains open-minded. While she's not ready to commit to converting, she has no issue with her child being raised in Islam, a respectful compromise that speaks volumes about her love for her husband and her willingness to meet him halfway. Still, fans have noticed the changes. Tigerlily has recently begun sharing images wearing headscarves and dressing more conservatively, which sparked intense speculation that she may have already converted, or is in the process of doing so. The shift has been so visible that questions flooded her social media during a recent Q&A session. One fan directly asked if she had converted. Her answer? "Can't say just yet." It was a carefully crafted response, mysterious enough to avoid spoilers, but honest enough to confirm that her journey is far from over. When asked if she plans to convert in the future, Taylor gave a similarly cryptic reply. "Some things are still unfolding. Just keep watching." It's clear Tigerlily is walking a tightrope between honoring her partner's beliefs and staying true to her own identity. She's not rushing into anything, and she's clearly aware that her decisions will impact not only her marriage, but her growing family and public image. Fans remain divided. Some praise her openness and willingness to explore new beliefs. Others are concerned that she's being pressured into giving up her autonomy. But one thing is certain, Tigerlily's journey is far from over, and it's become one of the most watched and talked about arcs in the current 90-Day Fiance season. So, will Tigerlily Taylor fully convert to Islam? Will Adnan accept her for who she is, or will he keep pushing for change? And how will all of this affect their baby's future? Stay tuned. This love story is just getting started. Season 9 of 90-Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, has brought with it one of the most emotionally raw journeys viewers have seen, and at the center of it all is Jasmine Pineda. As the new season unfolds, Jasmine is finally confronting the very moments that broke her, not just watching them, but reliving them. In a deeply personal and vulnerable moment, she admitted that rewatching the footage of her failed marriage has triggered a flood of emotion and pain she thought she had already buried. Seeing it all play out brought back every feeling, the fear, the humiliation, the heartbreak. Jasmine wrote in an emotional post, her swollen eyes revealing a night of uncontrollable tears. Fans have followed her turbulent storyline with Gino Palazzolo, a relationship that began with passion but quickly spiraled into mistrust, betrayal, and emotional devastation. This season, we've watched as Jasmine continues to document the painful unraveling of her open marriage, one she says was weaponized against her by Gino. According to Jasmine, the open arrangement was never really mutual. She claims Gino used it as an excuse, a convenient way to distance himself emotionally and romantically while painting himself as the victim. Jasmine believes he exploited the situation to turn viewers against her, despite his own role in the breakdown. But Gino had his own version of events. He accused Jasmine of violating their open marriage rules by secretly reconnecting with Matt Brownies, the man who is now her new partner, and the father of her daughter, Matilda. Gino claimed Jasmine and Matt had been in contact well before the open marriage even began, citing call logs as evidence. Fueled by suspicion and betrayal, Gino took a drastic step. He kicked Jasmine out of their shared home and later demanded a divorce. In one of the most heartbreaking scenes of the season, he arrived at Matt's apartment, where Jasmine had taken refuge, and told her to collect her belongings. "He promised to protect me," Jasmine said through tears, "and in my darkest hour he abandoned me." The moment shattered her. Homeless, heartbroken, and publicly labeled a liar, Jasmine was forced to rebuild from nothing. Watching that moment again on screen opened old wounds she thought had closed. The fear of losing everything, her marriage, her dignity, her home, hit her just as hard the second time around. Despite all this, Jasmine has found strength in her second chance at love. She is now living with Matt and Matilda, embracing a peaceful life that feels miles away from the chaos she endured. Matt, she says, has given her the emotional stability and care that was missing in her previous relationship. But that doesn't mean the scars have healed. "That pain changed me," Jasmine confessed. "It'll never be the same. But I'm proud of the woman who survived it." She went on to say that while she may have been broken, she refused to let her past define her. Her post ended with a note of gratitude, not just for the support she's received from fans, but for herself, for making it through something that could have destroyed her. What's next for Jasmine Pineda? As the season continues, fans are watching closely to see how Jasmine navigates this next chapter, one filled with new beginnings, old wounds, and lingering questions about trust, love, and healing. Her emotional vulnerability has struck a chord with many viewers who see her not just as a reality star, but as a woman who went through real heartbreak on a very public stage and still managed to come out stronger on the other side. Chantel Everett just redefined doing it for the cameras, and fans aren't sure what to think. On a jaw-dropping episode of 90 Day Fiance, Hunt for Love, Chantel left fans stunned when she appeared completely naked on screen, casually eating a meal while on a video call. The unexpected scene had viewers doing double takes, with many accusing the star of desperate attention-seeking behavior to stay relevant on the show. But the drama didn't stop there. While sitting stark naked, Chantel opened up about her sexuality, her past experiences with women, and a kiss that changed her life. "It wasn't my first time kissing a woman," Chantel admitted, revealing she's open to dating women and exploring her sexuality more deeply after several failed relationships. Her on-screen kiss with fellow cast member Jennifer Tarazona sparked rumors that Chantel had officially come out as a lesbian, and some insiders now claim she's currently dating a woman off-screen. Though some fans praised her honesty, others were left questioning the timing and intention behind the moment. Was it genuine vulnerability or a calculated attempt to grab screen time? She's not getting anywhere with the guys, so now she's just putting on a show. One user wrote online. Another chimed in, "TLC pays more when you're naked on screen." And someone even went as far as to say, "Just do adult films at this point. This isn't what we signed up for." The controversy only grew when Chantel's conversation with her friend Ashley turned emotional. Ashley confessed how hard it was to be away from her, hinting at romantic feelings. But fans were too distracted by the fact that Chantel was entirely nude during the exchange, raising eyebrows over her choice to take a personal moment to such extremes on national television. Is Chantel embracing her truth, or just chasing the spotlight? Whether it's a bold step toward authenticity, or a dramatic move to keep her storyline hot, one thing's for sure. Chantel Everett is no longer playing it safe on Hunt for Love. With fans divided and reactions pouring in, this storyline is already one of the most controversial moments in the 90 Day Fiance franchise. What do you think? Was this a genuine moment of self-expression, or an attempt to go viral? What started as a joyous occasion quickly spiraled into chaos, and possibly the end of a long-standing friendship. On 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After Season 8, Loren Brovarnik and her husband Alexei hosted a glamorous housewarming party at their Florida home. They invited fellow franchise stars, including Andre and Elizabeth Libby and Yara and Jovi, for what was supposed to be a night of celebration. But instead of hugs and toasts, the night ended in screaming matches, walkouts, and broken bonds. At the center of a storm, a heated showdown between Andre and Loren's best friend, Noga. While Loren and Libby were excited to reconnect at the party, tension began simmering the moment the topic of moving to Moldova came up. Elizabeth was already feeling unsure about relocating to her husband's native country, and her concerns were only echoed and escalated by Yara and Loren, who made it clear they didn't believe Moldova was the right place for Libby and the kids. "I'm just trying to be honest," Loren said, voicing what many fans were thinking. "You won't be happy there, Libby." That honesty, however, didn't sit well with Andre. The usually brash and fiery cast member quickly turned defensive, issuing ultimatums to Libby and pushing back hard against her friend's opinions. The situation went from uncomfortable to explosive when Noga called Andre out directly, labeling him a misogynist and telling him off in front of everyone. "You're acting like an unholy," she shouted before storming out. Despite Loren's attempt to smooth things over with a public apology on behalf of her friend, the damage was done. Libby may have accepted the apology, but her body language and future actions told a different story. Fans immediately noticed that Libby and Loren no longer follow each other on Instagram. While Libby still interacts with Yara online, she's completely distanced herself from Loren. For longtime fans of the franchise, the silent social media snub is a loud statement. Their friendship may be over for good. "I just need boundaries," Libby hinted during her final conversation with Loren. "Sometimes you cross the line, and those boundaries may have become walls." Loren, who genuinely didn't want to lose her friend, now finds herself at the center of a fallout she never intended. Her honest intentions clashed with Elizabeth's need for support, and Andrei's iron-fisted control over their future plans didn't help. Is this the end of Loren and Libby's friendship? From laughing together on screen to unfollowing each other online, the evolution of their relationship has shocked fans. Viewers are now wondering, can this friendship be saved? Or was that party the breaking point? As the season continues, one thing is clear. When it comes to 90 Day Fiance, not even friendships are safe from the drama.